Above the ham and the rolls, there is one thing your spread needs, and that is potatoes. Well, there's nothing wrong with mashed or roasted. The humble spud can do so much more. So if you are looking to freshen up your menu, we've got 3 potato techniques that are just as easy as they are elegant. Studio 5 food editor Maddy Tolman is going to show us how. Maddy, we always have potatoes, but you're saying you think they don't get enough, like, cheerleading attention.
No,
okay,
they don't. We overlook them when we're like prepping the Sunday roast or the Easter ham, but the simple potato can do so much more than we even realize.
Doesn't just have to be a filler.
Yeah, and it's so good already as it is, but stepping it up just a little bit is gonna wow everyone.
Okay, and this is gonna wow you because she's bringing us 3 techniques I've never even seen before.
Yes.
And that's weird when you think you've
never
seen
seen
everything with potatoes.
Right.
Okay, so the first one's a little fancy.
We're starting with the fancy French technique. This is called the duchess potato. So we're basically gonna pipe our potatoes out of like a frosting piping bag. All you're gonna do, this is so simple. We're just taking our mashed potatoes one step further. So I've got like my mom's mashed potato recipe here that I've just really mashed. What you're actually gonna wanna do is put it through a ricer, if you have one. That like makes it really, really mashed all the way through. If you don't have a ricer, then just really, really mash it. So I've got my mashed potatoes here, seasoned however you want. You're gonna add in 4 egg yolks, not the whites, just the yolks to your mix. And you want to do this once your potatoes have cooled down a little bit, because if you add it while it's too hot, your yolks are gonna cook, and we don't want scrambled eggs in our mashed potatoes.
What does this do for it?
This is gonna bind the potato together. If you can see the cute shape we've got here with the ridges, the frills, the yolk is gonna help bind it so it keeps that shape. If you were just doing it without the yolks, it wouldn't hold that pretty mountain pipe.
Wow.
So we add that all in, and I've kind of taken it a step further here. You're gonna throw it in your piping bag, and we're gonna try this together.
Okay, I'm scared.
Okay, so on a sheet pan, we're gonna hold it like at a 90-degree facing right down, and we're gonna wanna go like 3 inches all the way around, and you're gonna go nice and slow. You wanna fill in the whole mountain.
Oh, I didn't go big enough.
Because if you have like a little hole in the middle, it'll just be hollow inside, and we want lots of potato in there.
So you can make them any size.
Yes, any size.
So I did
Yours is like a little appetizer, mine is a side.
Fun.
Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add 1 whole egg, and you can spoon it on top. This is gonna give it like
just drizzle.
Just a drizzle. It's gonna give it that brown, kind of just like an egg wash, just like it does on top. Then you're gonna bake them in the oven, and they're gonna crisp up and get nice and crispy on the outside.
I love
you can top it with flaky sea salt, with some rosemary, some thyme, and serve it up warm. And it'll be nice.
What a great presentation for like a baby shower or Easter, like I guess that's what we're talking about. Okay, so cute.
Up next is fondant potatoes. These are another French technique, which I am absolutely in love with. So we've got our skillet here. It's been heated up. These potatoes have been cooking for like 5 minutes. On one side, I've kind of just like diced the potato down the whole thing. So we've got our potatoes in our skillet, and what I'm gonna do here, if they're all the way cooked, is we are gonna, these might not be good times, a teeny bit. We're gonna flip them.
Just flip them.
And they're gonna be a little bit more brown when they're really cooked.
Sure.
Once they're flipped, you're gonna add in your butter and sprinkle that in. So much butter. That's what makes it so good. And then you're gonna add in your garlic, and these aren't even crushed. You're just like throwing the clove in to like season it up. We'll get our butter melting in there. And then,
so they're just baking in that butter.
So we're on the stove now. What it's gonna do, once the potatoes are gonna look like a little more brown than this is a little bit undercooked, we're gonna add in our 3/4 cup of chicken broth. You can use vegetable broth if you wanna use vegetable broth. Chicken broth, that is going to help cook the potato all the way through. Once I pour that in, I'm gonna take my whole skillet and I'm gonna add it to the oven, bake it.
Okay, we
at
bake
375, and it's gonna help get the insides nice and creamy. So on these, the outside is so deliciously crispy. The inside is like tender and creamy because the broth goes all the way, seeps through the potato.
And so this bakes out. Does the broth like basically bake out, or do you pour it on top?
It basically, and then if you have any like drippings, butter and broth in here, you can kind of drip it over your potatoes as you're serving. Serve it with some thyme, all the yummy fondant potatoes
potatoes. Okay, I like that too. 2 for 2 for me.
2 for 2.
Okay, what's next?
Our last one is called a potato stack, or a stacked potato. And this is like a cute kitchen craft. I would love to do this with.
They look like little mini pancake, what are those called, $1 million or something?
Yes, so the biggest thing here is the layers. You're gonna get so many layers of like crispy, flaky potatoes in between like herbs and salt and cheese. This is like if you're a crispy potato lover, this one's for you.
That's
this
me
one
then.
is for you.
Okay, so we're just slicing.
We're gonna do Yukon Gold here. This is the scariest thing anyone has ever done on TV. Hello, here we go. Mandolin slicer. We're pulling
So those
peeling
are really thin.
Really thin. If you have a mandolin slicer, use it. If you don't, you're gonna wanna slice it like as thin as you possibly can and don't even risk those fingers. So really, really thin. We've got like tiny, tiny paper thin slices there. So really hard to get with a knife if you don't have a mandolin slicer. I'm gonna cut one more here so that we have, and I got my little, sometimes they come with like a hand guard. Guard those fingers. Use that.
And we're using our muffin tins to
We're
layer.
using a muffin tin.
Okay.
So I've got our potatoes here. What we're gonna do is I've seasoned our muffin tin with some olive oil here, and we're gonna take a few potatoes and layer them.
Okay, so 3 at a time-ish.
Yeah, however many, you're just gonna kind of like stack a few, follow your heart, not the recipe.
I love
Then
it.
what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab some Parmesan cheese, sprinkle it on top.
Yum.
This is like layer by layer. You can add in,
What else are you
I need
putting?
this. This is thyme.
Okay.
That's parsley, that goes great too. I'm gonna sprinkle some thyme in there. So this is like, we are literally sandwiching every layer here.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Just layer more.
Then we're gonna do more potatoes and then more cheese and more thyme and just layer it all the way up to the top. Then you're gonna bake these, 375. They're gonna get nice and crispy on the top. Top them with some flaky sea salt, some thyme.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to try these
Oh my
during the
gosh.
break. We're gonna
Yes.
chow down. Maddie, thank
Right.
you so much for bringing us fun, new ideas. Even for this Sunday, we can do it.
Easy.
Okay, thanks, Maddie.